Boop, boop.
All right. We good?
Good.
All right. And we go in 5.
Are you gonna play footsie?
Don't distract me while I'm already counting down. Wow. I can't work like this. I'm just playing with you. It is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. It's a Tuesday. We're late again. We're on quarantine time, man. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? But we're gonna start you off. It's a better week. The sun's shining. We're getting our routines in place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start you off with a little 3 Dog Night off of the Suitable for Framing album. Came out in 1969. Feeling all right.
Like telling me.
Hold on. I didn't have our mics up. What? Start over, baby. You were telling me what?
Remember when you first played me this album?
Uh-huh.
And I thought you were just telling me like the album cover was in such good condition, like we should frame it.
Oh, yeah. You were saying that I kept every time I talked about that album. That's right. I have played you a couple tracks off that album.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, if 3 Dog Night's not one of the bands that I typically would list off as one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I come across this album in my little collection here, I remember how much I just enjoyed them. They're very, 3 of the most soulful white guys that you'll ever hear.
Uh-huh.
For sure. For some reason, that always intrigues me.
Show me their picture.
So, I'll show her first.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show y'all. Just like basic looking white guys. They look like they could be someone's like dad.
Uncle.
This dude looks like he like maybe he owns like a tire shop. Right?
Uh-huh.
And this guy, I don't know what, that kind of looks like Tony Hinchcliffe a little bit. Right there, but but the soulful white guy singer has always intrigued me. Like white guys that can sing like black blues singers, basically. Yeah. Like it, because it's just such a like it's hard to explain. Like almost like the blues. Like in order to sing it, you actually had to have lived it. Yeah. Right. It's not like you can't just get up and sing the blues and actually have it have like part of its appeal was that the people singing it lived that fucking life. Like now, like with country music, like people like they've never even fucking been on a ranch, but they fucking I'm a country singer.
Yeah.
You know, the whole urban cowboy effect.
Yeah, they don't live the life.
They don't live the life. And blues is one of those things like especially back in the day, it was like if you're singing about it, you lived it, you know, or at least you're telling the stories of your own community. And if they didn't live it, sometimes they would tell stories about so someone in the community that they witnessed firsthand, you know. So when I guess it became blues music became more mainstream, I guess, and to say that the soulful white man came out, you know, it's always intriguing. Like Elvis, like the fact that Elvis was able to sing the songs with so much conviction because he did come up in a hard life, you know. He's born with soul. Born in a shotgun shack in Tupelo, Mississippi. Elvis had a lot like that. That's what a lot of people overlook, right? They accused him of taking the blues, you know, the black musicians' music and making it popular and putting a white face on it. But he wasn't just a privileged white guy. Like he lived a very hard life in poverty. Did you know Elvis was actually born a twin? Mm-mm. Yeah, he had a twin brother, died at birth.
Wow.
You know, so that was something he always carried with him. throughout life. So my thought was always that's what allowed him to. He had pain to sing from. So
Mhm.
so bands like Three Dog Night, Led Zeppelin, can always just kind of they can reach that level of conviction when singing stuff like that.
Mhm.
Has always been a favorite of mine.
Well, they're good. I like it. I've liked what you've played me so far.
Yeah. Yeah, but enjoy. I've recently joined the support local movement,
Mm-hmm.
and I hadn't done any local shopping since this whole thing started, other than like
Right.
some restaurants. Right, we went to right before the whole quarantine started. We made it a point to go to Mesquite
Yes.
to get that last
Curbside.
pizza for a while, curbside. They shut
Mhm.
down for a while. They're back open, I believe.
Yes.
So glad to see them giving it another crack at the curbside business, curbside delivery business. And other than that though, other than grocery stores, you forget, a lot of retail shops had to shut down. Of course we're support local, eat local, local restaurants, that's great.
Right.
But a lot of the commerce, the shopping, those had to shut down completely. They've had to go to completely online sales.
Right.
And some of these businesses didn't know. Then they weren't ready for that. They had to figure out, okay, how am I gonna connect with my customer base? How am I gonna let them know what inventory I have? Especially if you didn't have an online e-commerce
like
situation set up already.
Like that Frida store that I like.
Right.
They were selling the masks that were hand embroidered in Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, and there's mixed things about that, right? Like how well the cloth works and
right,
how well it doesn't. Did they have filters in them?
No, these did not have filters in them, but they have a slit that you can put the filter in.
Okay.
But so on her picture, I mean, it was a beautiful like bird looking mask, and people started complaining because although the masks were beautiful, it wasn't the picture of the bird like the picture they were saying online.
Yeah, so that's probably something that they had to learn, because I don't think they had an online shop before.
Right,
this.
I think it was all in store.
I got your Valentine's. That's the place where I got your Valentine's gift from.
Yeah,
and they really we like the store, and it is a cool store. I'm glad they're trying to figure it out so that they can stay afloat through this situation. But
to have that learning curve.
One of the keys of e-commerce, I know for me, just as a customer, things that I always look for is it's whatever you're showing me on the website got to be what I get.
Right.
Because it just leaves when it looks different. When you show me one picture and I ordered it and it wasn't exactly what it looked like, then my thing is like, man, I never know what I'm going to get with you, especially if it's lesser quality.
Yeah.
If it, that whole Wish thing, right? Like
for sure.
Wish is really good about that. And because of that, they're kind of known as being janky. What you're seeing is not what they're sending you.
Right.
So you got to you don't ever want to get that reputation as as an online store.
So what was really cool though is because they fixed it right away. Like once they realized that mistake, they were like, oh, okay, well, there's going to be multiple designs. Like, I don't know what you're going to get. Like they're all handcrafted. And so then, just right now, cause I messaged her earlier, cause I've been trying to get a mask and, I asked her if she had any more because they were sold out online. And she said she put some more up. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go check it out. So when I went, she had like a picture of all the different masks that she has, but she made sure to still say like, it's not going to be a specific one in this, it's just one from this picture.
It's a grab bag.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And things like that. It's a mystery thing or whatever, but it's a mask. It's going to be this, but
Right.
You don't know which
you don't
one
know
you
which
might,
one you're gonna get.
what you might get. Right. And,
but at least you
that's
know
something
you're buying that knowing that. And so then that's good.
Right. So that's something they learned.
Yeah.
And they, like you said, they corrected it because that's an important thing if you're selling something online. That it is, it's got to look like the picture, man. when I get it, them dimensions better be on point. So
have you ever gotten something in the mail that's been way off?
No, because I'm very careful. Like I've ordered a couple things off Wish, but I expected it. Like these microphones actually are from Wish.
Really?
So I make it a point when I do on occasion shop from there, when I would in the past. I look, I read the specs very carefully. I read the reviews to see what people are saying. I read a few reviews down. I throw out the outliers. Anything that sounds like it might have been written by the seller or or a company that works for the seller to boost reviews. I don't put that past anything. Anything that's like too negative, also like okay, they went a little gratuitous with it. It could be a competitor, also.
True.
Especially if they mention another product. So I try to cut out some outliers, and I'm like, okay, most people are like you can kind of judge, read some reviews. You can kind of judge the Fairweather ones just by the words that they use. Right? Like, it's not great. It's a little whatever. The highs are a little crunchy or whatever. I'm just making up shit. But to give examples, considering what you paid for it, it's pretty good. Those are some considering what you paid for it. When someone admits that, they're trying to be as unbiased as possible. They realize, hey, I didn't pay a lot of money for this, and for these, like, it definitely exceeds the quality. But then Josh has ordered stuff like clothing. Like I finally, he has some biker boots that he got.
Yeah.
And then those things are like, they're costume boots. They're not real boots. I didn't even realize that. They look great.
Yeah.
But I like, they were on the floor and I picked them up and I was like, oh, these shoes are like crazy light. And he wears them like every day.
Every day.
Thing. So I definitely think maybe Santa Claus needs to bring him an actual pair of boots this Christmas.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. But the reason I brought that up is because my favorite record store, or really one of the only ones, I think maybe there's another one here in town, but it's not as active or nice as Hybrid Records has started taking their shop to Instagram. So the owner there puts up like a handful of records every day. And if you're interested, you message him and he'll sends you an invoice and you pay it, and he ships out every Monday, I think. So yesterday was Monday, today's Tuesday, and my record was here by 11:30 this morning.
Nice.
If you're and they ship worldwide too. So you never know. Maybe you find something. Speaking of blues, they had a blues album that I'll talk about it now because I tried to get it today and it was gone already. But they had some Robert Johnson on there, so they some real nice records that not necessarily collectors. I mean, I'm sure they have those too, but most of them are pretty reasonably priced. Always in great condition. I've never gotten a record from there that wasn't like playable or anything like that. So yeah.
So it's like you said he does it once a month or once a week?
No, he's posting daily.
Oh, daily.
But he's also trying to like kind of quarantine himself, I'm sure. So I think he's going in Monday instead of going to the post office every day, making multiple runs, exposing yourself multiple times. He says, okay, on Monday, all the orders get filled or whatever. Or someplace, I know Chingo Marisol said they're doing Mondays and Fridays, maybe twice a week. Whereas if they used to go pretty much every day, if you ordered Tuesday evening, they were at the post office Wednesday during the day.
Yeah,
and you can't really do that right now because you shouldn't be going out unless you absolutely have to. like me, I'm still doing the favor thing
Mm-hmm.
as little as I possibly can get away with. Like I have like a little number in my head that I absolutely need, and once I get that for the day, I'm done.
Like, okay, good.
Yeah, I'm home.
Enough so that you were able to take a day off.
Last week I was able to take Wednesday off.
Yeah.
Right. That was when we did. Is that when we finally got the recording done correctly last week? We were 4 days.
I don't know, because I think we even recorded again on Thursday.
No. We recorded twice on Wednesday. It came out on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were 4 days late.
That was crazy, babe.
That was an insane week that we recorded a podcast. I think we ended up with a good one though.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of it, it took us 4 tries, technical difficulties, and then by the third night, we tried it Wednesday night, and we were just like, we've said everything we've had to say this week, and we had to scratch it. I was like, this is not working. Like we blew through all our topics like within the first 5 minutes, and we haven't even gotten to topic 1 that we have for this week. This is just us just basically ranting and catching up.
Yeah.
We hope y'all are doing great. We'd love to hear from so much.
Yes.
I put on Facebook. I said, man, Albert Garces, our number one. I'm gonna call him our number one fan. He's definitely the one that interacts with us the most. But we got lots of loyals out there. Cesar Rodriguez, but Albert's always the one to comment and let us know. When he likes an episode, and he'll comment on Facebook, and he goes, "Finally!" And I'm like, "I know, man. I kept telling myself, I got to get this one out for Albert, man. Those diehards, man.
That's good. That's awesome.
So definitely, this week I ended up working till like 10:30 last night, and we were gonna try to podcast, and I was like, I just don't feel like I could give them my best.
You don't want to push it,
right? Well, I don't want to mail this in. Like, I don't ever just want to okay, let's do this. The whole purpose of this podcast is for us to have fun and to laugh and to kind of be silly and
right.
And people liked the clip from last week's. So now that you've seen the setup, you.
I mean, it's weird, babe.
You good? It's weird seeing yourself.
Yeah.
All up in your grill.
For real.
Well, just wait till we add more cam. We're gonna get some GoPros.
You're pushing
multicam with I'm gonna have some little switches here where I can go from.
You're pushing it.
Give me a slow zoom. All right in. All right. Tight shot.
No thanks.
Tight shot of Mrs. Luna there. No.
No, I'm good. This is a lot. Especially I think now, like if I look this direction and I see that little recording light, like I know it's on me.
It's on
like
you. It's on you. I got you on the jumbo screen over here.
With your little back scratcher.
I have my little pointer. See what we have. What we have here is we have a slow
Are you doing the weather
moving front, moving through. And it's low pressure system builds. I don't know. I haven't watched that.
Did that really feel good? Sorry.
You bought me a back scratcher.
Yes.
Those watching the video can see it. Looks like a little rake. I like it, and it retracts.
I thought that was kind of cool because like there's always that one spot you can't reach. Like you just need a little bit more.
I've never had a really good back scratcher. Like a really good one. Like I remember when I've had tons of those, the ones like you got Josh one, right? The wooden ones with the little spinny things on the end. Those are crap. They're they I've had them. The little spinny wheels don't do nothing. Like they're just like they don't feel like anything. Like they don't do anything.
Now I feel bad that I got him that.
No. It's just it's fine. It's a good starter back scratcher for him.
And that's because he didn't want it for his back, babe. He wanted to scratch his feet.
Because he's wearing costume boots. He's wearing plastic boots.
He's
10 hours a day.
Like real serious, babe. He's like, Jen, like, do you have something that can just scratch my feet? And I'm like thinking, like, your hands, like scratch your feet. And I'm like, what do you mean? And you could just like, just really get in there and scratch your feet.
Like, no, bro, go take a bath. Don't.
He was so serious. Oh, he cracks me up.
He's 13 years old. Funny. Which is basically like having a 4-year-old. If you don't tell them every day to take a bath, They don't. I'm trying to remember at what age did I have to stop being told to take a bath?
Babe, mine's not bath, but mine's deodorant. I think I was like in 8th grade. My mom was like, Jennifer, you have got to start wearing deodorant.
8th grade?
Yeah, I think I was like that long.
Oh, to start. Okay, but once you started doing it though, you were you were
yeah, but
good.
Can you imagine how
like you didn't have to be reminded? I'm just talking about being reminded.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like to do something that you're supposed to do every day.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She would have to remind me, and then and I still wouldn't until she reminded me. And then it was one time in 8th grade, she like sat me down and she was like, "Look, like you for real need to start wearing deodorant. Like stop this shit." Yeah.
Wow. So 8th grade. So one more year.
For me, that's.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Like I don't think I was very old. Maybe 9, 10. I was like, okay, this is what we do every day. Like I hate when Louis acts surprised every single fucking time. Every time you're Louis, you need to take a bath. I do. Yeah, bro, you do. Like, what are you fucking new? Like every night, every like there hasn't been many that we've skipped. Like, what?
He's so silly.
He's like, haven't I had enough?
I reached my quota.
No. He's like, no, I took 2 yesterday, so I'm good for a couple of days.
He's like, I was out using the water gun.
Oh, that's like old school. I got wet. I got wet today. I'm good. Oh. How many people like those hard quarantiners? Like we've gone out to like as necessary. Like I go out to work, whatever. But there's really people that haven't come out.
Haven't left their house.
Haven't left their house at all. They stocked up on groceries and they're either ordering takeout or
not. Just eating whatever they have. Yeah, I don't know.
So I wonder how many of them have been like, whatever germs I got on me are already here in the house. I don't really need to. Like I'm not going anywhere. Like we're still like getting like I wondered like how many people though are just living that life of just like literally in PJs all day.
I'm not sure.
I've worn a lot of sweats.
You have. You've looked very comfortable.
I've been very comfy. I think I've only worn jeans like once, like maybe once a week.
Maybe
just because, just to. Again today, I wore swimming trunks today. Again, looks like I'm going to the beach. I've stayed in my slides.
Yeah, you have.
It's like I said, it's just my way of letting people know when I'm outside the house. Like, hey, I'm only out here because I gotta be, motherfucker. I'm quarantining. All right. I'm only out here because I need this money, bitch.
I wonder. I don't know if like, but do you think those people who did like for real legit quarantine themselves, like how pissed are they that they, that people are still out and about and going to parties and?
Yeah, the people doing it for funsies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I bet that's extremely pissing them off because it's prolonging the time.
Yeah.
That we're in this situation. Everyone's pissed off at those people. Like the only people that are not pissed off at those people are the other people that are like that. Like everyone hates y'all. Understand that. that are out that are just like, oh, it ain't nothing. Or, can't take my rights away. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, shit. That's a big gamble with if you're wrong, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking not only your life but other people's
People
life
around you.
into your hands, and if you don't believe that, you're lying to yourself, plain and simple. And there's no need for us to have a discussion. That is it's just what it is. We're never gonna you're never gonna convince those people otherwise. So my advice to you is just keep doing you best. Eventually, there's girl.
Sorry.
We had to start doing this podcast from other rooms. Hey, now you already said you would shoot me, girl. So that's a laugh. That's a laugh cough. I've heard that one before. I know that one.
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh man.
No, babe. I would totally understand if you shot me. You would have to shoot me. I get it.
If you were a Corona zombie, not just if you got, but like if you're a zombie, not just like. Just to be clear, we're not condoning like if someone gets the virus to kill them. We're talking about specifically if they become zombies. Okay? I'm not talking about no more because we already did that last episode. They're gonna be like, man.
No,
they talked about Corona zombies 2 episodes in a row.
No.
This podcast is done.
That was funny though, babe. Like that because I went to the store today.
Uh-huh.
So
we've talked about this. It's a mental mind fuck, man.
It really is.
It really is, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, we're all going through. My buddy, Polar Bear, John Polar Bear Gonzalez, very big on the interwebs. A lot of funny videos, and he did one about that, about just like everything going up the stairs. Surface level stuff, but funny stuff. He executed it, made the video well. It was very funny. So about just anything, any little cough, any little itch you get in your throat. Yeah, of course. We've all turned into hypochondriacs
on some level.
Some level.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know. Even the people that are acting, they're like, it's no big deal. Okay, still, I mean, you're still gonna get, if you get it, you're gonna get sick. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just the flu. Well, the flu's fucking brutal. like who wants to get a fucking flu? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody wants to get a flu.
Yeah.
You're fucking moral, but it's just it's one of those things. I get to see it every day. It's to me the sociological or just whatever cultural implications or effects that you're seeing out there. Just I love seeing how different everybody's taking this. Like when you're out there, when you have to go out there, pay attention. Like it's just a mixture of people. Some people are walking around like, and it's fucking nothing, no gloves, no fucking mask.
Right.
Some people are fucking out and they're fucking covered. Head, they got a fucking headband on. They got the mask. They got a felt face shield over the mask. They got gloves. They got fucking the yellow paper gown over all their fucking clothes. They're doing it to the max, and then there's a lot of people
somewhere in between.
Right? Exactly. And some people are like, hey man, we're not going near anybody. Some people are like, I don't care. I'll stand 4 feet away from you. I'm just right. Like, don't be all up on me.
Just don't like breathe on me.
Right. I was out, and it's weird. Like the other day, I was just going to tell the story just for the sake of that. But I was going out on delivery the other day, and I got down here to the end of our block over on Holly. and I see that there's a lady laid out on the sidewalk, like
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know, like it looked like to me like she was passed out. So I flipped around and went onto that side of the road, and I saw she was moving, so that I calmed down a little bit. I was like, okay, well at least I know it's not like a heart attack or something like that, probably. Got out, and she just fell, but it was an older lady. She was maybe like in her 60s, but healthy, active. I don't know if she was jogging or just speed walking or whatever, but she's out there, and the sidewalk kind of dips a little bit to where it goes into the street. And I guess she misstepped there and she fell, and then she couldn't catch her breath, and she was worried if she thought she hit her chin, and she had some blood, and she couldn't get up. She tried several times to get up, and she's like, I just need to get up so I can go home. I was like, you look like you hurt your ankle pretty bad. It's not broken, but I was like, let me help you up. Let me put you in my car. You said you live right around the corner. I'll drive you home. And like when I went to go pick her up, she's like, I don't want to touch you. And I'm like, I don't think we have a choice. Like right now, I get that. I get the concern, but I also I can't.
I feel like you need.
I can't leave you on the floor right now.
Yeah. I'm not just gonna keep going on but
it's
day.
weird. Like some people are like that. Like don't. We still gotta help people.
Yeah.
In this situation, hey, I don't want to get it. You don't want to get it. And it's not anything. Like you can't tell what someone has it. On the other spectrum, right? The fucking asshole side of it. I had a guy today that on his instructions, I had a delivery for him. He wanted some Bill Millers.
What did he order, babe?
He ordered a 4-piece restaurant choice chicken with 4 jalapenos, $4 jalapenos, a dozen fudge brownies, and a rodeo plate with brisket, sausage, and chicken, pinto beans, coleslaw, and potato salad, and an extra side of Spanish rice.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
What happened right now? Where did I go?
For
what
real,
happened?
babe.
Huh?
For real?
For real.
Why do you get a dozen brownies, though?
I mean, hey, man, I don't want to judge the guy. I mean, I don't know what he's in there doing. I don't know what people do in the privacy of their own home. I know what I would be doing if I ordered a dozen of anything. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, fuck the order. Mm-hmm. But you get to leave, instructions, right? Or
right.
You deliver anywhere on any online thing. And first of all, Favor is already a drop-only delivery service. We do not have contact. I've had people coming out of their houses to give me cash tips, and it's like, God, fuck. Okay, give me the money. But fuck. Also, we really shouldn't be.
It's supposed to be doorstep.
It's supposed to be doorstep delivery only. They're trying to cut down, and that's not And I think people think it's for their protection, and it is, but it's also for the driver's protection because we delivering to a lot of houses. I do about 12 to 15 deliveries a day, right? So if I can if I have to go to the restaurant, and a lot of the restaurants are doing it contactless as possible. They're taking the card or the phone. They're just putting the food on the table. They have a table. They're putting the food on the table. So it's a lot less hand to hand. Have to be close to each other. But just saying that, if it's a doorstep delivery, then I cut the amount of people that I come into contact with, right? Because I'm coming into one person at the restaurant.
Right.
Okay. And I do 12 deliveries. That's 12 people. But if I come into 12 restaurant people and 12 customers, that's 24 people. So simple math, right? What's better if I don't have to see the person at the house? So there's no need to put there that you want me to leave it at the door. It's already going to happen. But that's fine. Some people have it there. But his went a little extra and he put, what do you say? Leave food at door, ring doorbell, and quickly drive away. Thanks. I was like, bitch, what do you mean quickly drive away? What the fuck does the speed at which I leave have anything to fucking like. I took offense to it. Like
You
it was
sound
almost like it was
it.
Because here's how I read it. Because I was like, bitch, you can't bark orders at me.
Mhm.
Like I already dropped the food, ring the doorbell, got that. That's that. I'll do that all day.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable request. It was the quickly drive away. Like, what do you think? I'm gonna outrun the fucking coronavirus? Like, you think like less of my first of all, who the fuck are you? Like, did you think like I don't want to spend any more time in your fucking house with your fucking germs than I
Yeah.
have to? Like, what am I gonna just hang out? You want me fucking
Yeah,
wanna
like
do-
were you gonna slowly pull away and
Yeah.
like wave?
Yeah, unless he's had trouble with like people loitering in front of his
Oh.
house, maybe. And like if I want to play devil's advocate and be like, this was a reasonable request, like I was like, quickly drive away, thanks.
He don't want to
And then-
see you at.
Yeah, and the fact that it might have been a problem right with text, like because the way I read it, it was like he was like the way he wrote it was very succinctly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, let me put this simple for you so you can't fuck it up. Drop the food, ring the doorbell, drive away quickly. Thanks. I'm only gonna give you fucking moron, you person that's delivering food in the middle of a pandemic. You fucking idiot. Here's 3 simple steps. That's all you need. All right, Special Agent Oso.
Did you follow the steps, babe?
I did. I tried to peel out, but I have a Camry. I was like, this mother. Nothing happened. But it still felt good.
See, I would have stayed. I would have done the opposite.
I thought about doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, maybe this guy is a severe hypochondriac. Maybe maybe in his mind that means something that I have to actually be. My car has to be gone from out in front of your house. Like you're gonna catch the shit with my windows rolled up, my car. Like I don't know. Like you know, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, so it's interesting. Like. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're laying in the middle of the fucking street, coronavirus, fucking Ebola, West Nile, I'm never not gonna fucking pick up another human being that's fucking laying in the middle of the street. And I don't think a lot of people would like and then also on the other side, don't be afraid to take help or ask for help right now, especially if it's life or death or just
Or like that, she couldn't get up.
Right, she couldn't get up. Like, what was it? Like, lady, like, I know we're not supposed to be touching each other right now, but
I can't just leave you.
Yeah, and nor could she walk home. She's like, you're not gonna be able to walk home on your ankle like that. Just get in the back of my car, and we're just gonna hope that whatever higher power is out there is going to protect us from the coronavirus because we were trying to help our fellow man.
Because I'm getting you home.
Yeah,
lady.
wouldn't it be nice if that was the way it worked out, right? So,
and that had to be weird for her too, because you were a stranger, babe.
Right, I was a stranger. I was
getting in her car.
Right, I understood it completely. There was another lady that stopped to help, but she was on foot also.
Oh, okay.
And I offered for her. I think she said they were neighbors. I was like, if you want to ride with her in the car, maybe she'll feel a little more comfortable. But the lady was like, no, I want to finish my walk. I was like, all right, bitch. she's like, nah, let her guys get kidnapped. I don't know. You do kind of. Is that a man bun? Are you wearing a man? Yeah, I'm not getting in no fucking car with you. You're fucking crazy.
She said I have to finish my walk.
She wanted to finish her walk. She did. I just remembered that part. She did say that. She said, no, I want. She goes, I live next door to her. I'll check on her later.
Make sure she's still alive.
Maybe. I only got like 30 minutes left. How far are you gonna get in 30 minutes? Like to Kingsville? They'll catch you. I saw your car.
Shit, that is funny. She's gonna take a picture of your license plate when you drove off.
Maybe, I guess.
That's funny. Oh.
I was like, well, I mean, I got a delivery to finish. What if I want to put the lady in the back of my car and be like, hey, listen, I got to take you home, but I also got to finish this delivery. So
I gotta get the food there while it's hot. So you have to go for a ride.
Just go with me. We'll circle back around. I live close by. I'll take you. And it was busy that day. It ended up being very busy that day. As soon as I finished that order, I got another order right away.
Uh-huh.
So, like, what if she would have then just had to, like, I'd be like,
just look, go with you
ma'am, ma'am, listen, I want to take you home, but times are really hard right now. I lost, like, 2 of my jobs. This is, like, my only job right now. So, I really need every delivery that I can possibly get right now. I'm sure you want to get home. Let's put your feet up. Do you need something? You want me to get you something? Some water?
I'll get you some ice.
Some ice? Do you like podcasts? I got some great podcasts that I can listen to. That I put on. Like whatever that became. You know what? That's gonna be like a post, like a buddy movie, like just 2 people that got, like 2 strangers that got quarantined together.
Yes.
Like just by some fate.
Oh man. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You should do that.
Yeah. So many ideas. Put it up. You see if I put it up on the board over here.
Mm.
No, I did get some writing done this weekend.
Yes.
I was very happy about that. So it's good. My plan so far to take tomorrow, Wednesday, be my my second Wednesday, creative Wednesday off. I'm taking the weekends off and just Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday working as much as I can.
Right.
That's the game plan for right now.
Right.
I did my first PSA.
It was so good.
Ever.
Babe.
Right?
It was so good.
I felt like Johnny Dakota in Saved by the Bell. Remember that episode of Saved by the Bell? Mm-hmm. They got caught smoking pot in the bathroom, so then they wouldn't let him do the PSA about not doing drugs. Which then years later we realized fucking weed's not even a fucking drug. You know? Mm-hmm. It was beyond its time. Johnny Dakota was a marijuana activist. And they turned him into a villain. Mm-hmm. Just fucking smoked a little weed. That's it. Couldn't do the fucking commercial. But anyway, I did my own PSA.
Yes, you did.
Not my own PSA. I was asked to be a part of a video for Facebook. One of the local mayoral candidates, Eric Rodriguez, put it together. Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna end up being a series of stuff, but for now, the first one was myself and Clarissa Serna and former U.S. Congress, I believe he was.
Yes.
U.S. Congress Representative Solomon Ortiz Jr.
Yes.
I was told Senior was possibly going to be in it. I was disappointed a little. Not no offense to Junior. Hey. I'm not trying to offend you, Junior. Mm-hmm. But I would have been if Senior would have been in it also. Mm-hmm. Like that would have been dope because my dad was a big fan of his, a big supporter of him.
Yeah.
My dad was very proud that he several times got to give him the tour of the base because Solomon Ortiz was chair of the BRAC committee, which is the base realignment and enclosure committee. So they come yearly to Solomon Ortiz Sr. was a big proponent of keeping the base open. There's a lot of times where our Army depot almost ended up getting closed, and that would have been a big hit to the our economics here because it's a big, large employer. I don't know if it still employs as many people as it did, but it's been kept. It was kept open a long time because of Senator Ortiz, and so that was my dad's favorite politician. So I was kind of hoping he was going to be in there because that was right around my dad's birthday. So I was kind of hoping he was going to be in it. But I was glad to see his son in it. And basically the gist of it was it's just local, I guess, whatever, public figures, whatever the idea was. Clarissa's on television and the other guy's a congressman, and I tell fat jokes. At a local comedy club,
and not just locally.
Not just local. I am the local comic that doesn't stay local, but I've never been on television or anything, so it was nice of them to ask me. I was happy to do it and kind of just remind people to stay home. Stay home. So I think that's it's on the CC Today and Tomorrow pages. If you want to see it on Facebook, that's where it's at. It's somewhere on my Facebook page too. I think I shared it when it first came out. What else has been going on, Miss Lynn? How you been feeling?
Man, this thing has me I don't know, emotional
from one day to the next, right?
Yes.
Like you never. It's like a surprise every day. It's like is you wake up and you're like, is this gonna be one of the good days, or is this gonna be one of the days? Like some days it's like I barely think about it. There's so much other to do. We're having fun. We're watching something. We're doing something. We're working. I'm writing, whatever. Then other days it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to just not staying off of Facebook helps.
It has helped.
Silence, find a news source that you like, that you trust, that you feel not whatever. Don't shut off whatever. Just find a source. I'm gonna go to the CDC every day, to get my newest information. I'm going to watch the White House conference, not the spin, not the let's talk, not the let's reevaluate what he said. No, just watch the fucking address. Extrapolate the information for yourself as best you fucking can. Don't read no fucking articles, because you know what all those articles want? They want you to fucking go to their website. That's how they make their money. So right away their interest is questionable, right? So just take everything with a grain of salt.
I really try not to get on Facebook now.
If hopefully out of this, people will start to realize how little you can trust the information that's out there. I know we've always joked about it, but I think some people just they were still lying to themselves about it. I saw someone just share something. It looked clearly fake. It was just a screenshot of a HEB logo set across some other background, it did with a color that didn't even go. And it said, start effective whatever date, HB will no longer allow persons under the age of 16 to enter. And someone shared it. It was I couldn't tell if it was real or not. Yeah. It's you couldn't tell if that was real or not?
Yeah, I saw that.
Guys, HEB has buku money. And part of that budget is
marketing.
Their marketing. They would nothing. They look that shitty. That looked like it was done on someone's fucking Samsung Galaxy 3. Photo using some kind of fucking meme generator or whatever.
That was
stop sharing anything that looks like a screenshot from a text from somebody I heard from somebody's grandma's cousin works at a hospital as an X-ray tech.
In 3 days.
And he said in 3 days, everything. Another friend of mine that so-and-so is a such and such for the CDC.
I got one yesterday that said that.
and she said that there will be a nationwide mandatory lockdown, no in or out. They're gonna bring tanks. People are counting how many helicopters are flying overhead. It's gonna be there's gonna be a it's just interesting how everyone, we're finally getting to see at the same time how everyone deals with fucking trauma, right? Like everyone, some people have like a third of the country became fucking conspiracy theorists overnight. Like I'm finding out on Facebook, like, whoa, like I thought you were just a fucking normal person. Like, and this dude's like, yeah, man, the fucking lizard people and like the fucking 5G towers, bro. And like, oh, like you really like believe that? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Like, well, like only 5 countries have 5G, and like there's a lot more countries that are having pandemics. So like, where's the rest of it? Oh, you see, that's what they want you to think, bro. Like, and you can't reason with people like that. That's the problem. There's nothing you're gonna tell those people that's gonna be like, oh, you're right, like, because they're so like married to their theory, right. And then I feel like there's another third of people that are just like just having the worst time of their fucking life, and just really going through it mentally, physically, just whatever. And those are, unfortunately, those are probably the people we aren't even hearing. Right? When you think about it, go through your Facebook, imagine, like really pay attention. Like, oh man, I haven't seen so and so post anything. Dark. Yeah, I bet you a lot of friends, because you only see part of shit anyway, right? You never see everybody, all your friends' stuff on Facebook. You only see what Facebook wants you to see. And if someone drops out, they don't let you know. They just fill it in with someone else's shit. Yeah. Right? So you might not have realized some of your friends went dark. Yeah. And then there's the social media bunch. The people, and they're normally people that lived on social media anyway. That are like learning how to cook and like doing yoga. No. It's not just, don't see, I already told you, don't take personal offense, because you are doing more than that, man.
Okay, yes, I am trying different recipes.
You are learning how to cook, but you're not like, you know what? I'm going to do a nightly cooking show on my Instagram.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
Like that's their coping mechanism for this. Like they're like, yeah, I'm going to start, I have coffee on Instagram Live every morning. It's like, okay, like that's cool. Like but it's a coping mechanism for them. Yeah. So it's just weird, like how some people are like, "Hey, I'm fucking just gonna go down the fucking rabbit hole. Like if I'm gonna do this, I'd rather just be if I'm gonna be scared, I'm gonna be fucking scared.
I'm gonna dive in,
scared to death, right? The other one's just like, I'm just gonna ball up into a fucking fetal position and stay under my fucking covers until this is all over.
Until it's all done.
A lot of alcoholism gonna come out of this. Probably a lot of drug abuse.
I could see it.
Imagine imagine someone that was dealing with recovering an alcoholism, opiate addiction. We're still in the middle of our while we're dealing with this pandemic, we still have our opiate epidemic that's happening, real time. How many of those people are, falling off, not able to get to their Narcanon or Al-Anon meetings, or get to the support systems they need, or even just get to the clinics that they need for the stuff to keep them off of whatever they got hooked on. There's always someone having it fucking worse off. Like the when you stop and think about the ramifications of what's happening, it's just countless. So I definitely I definitely get the point. I think I fall somewhere in the middle of the, like, some days I'm depressed, some days I'm like, no man, I just got to create content, I just got to stay busy, like, so that you don't think about this shit, so you don't become one of the fucking tinfoil hat fucking conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Because they're miserable. Basically, what we learned is we're all fucking miserable. Some of us color it in differently. We all got the same coloring page.
Uh-huh.
You know, just
Yeah.
some of us are coloring outside the lines, and some of us always wanted to see a rainbow colored.
I was gonna say,
grizzly
yeah,
bear.
some of us are following the rules while other of us are just, coloring it however we want.
Yeah, exactly. How has the cooking's been good though? We talked about that last week. We said that you stepped up the cooking. You
Yes.
marinated some chicken.
Okay, see, so I don't get on Facebook a lot now.
Good.
But one of the times I did get on to check my notifications, like one of the first things in my feed was a picture of marinades. And we were just having a conversation about how I said I'm sick of chicken. Like, I don't want to see another chicken because I'm done. And then I saw like 9 different chicken marinades. And I was like, oh, okay. So one of my HEB runs, I went and got a whole bunch of different spices. And tonight we had balsamic vinegar something. Shit. What was it?
A balsamic vinegar marinade.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was cool.
It was good.
Babe.
It was great. So you're
it was so tasty.
learning about marinating meat and giving it flavor, different flavor profiles.
And I know that sounds dumb. Like for people who cook and stuff, like, well, duh. But yeah, I had no idea how much flavor that chicken would get by letting it just marinate.
Yeah, and then when you start to understand the different meats absorb different flavors better, yeah, and then you start to understand the fundamentals of it.
The science behind the cooking.
A little bit. Oh, I love food science. That used to be my favorite Food Network show with Alton Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've told me.
I like that. I used to be really into. I went through a phase pre-comedy when I was just a regular old Joe. Just go to work, come home, watch TV, do work while I'm watching TV. I went through an HGTV phase. Or was it HGTV? No, it wasn't HGTV. It was whichever one did the QVC. Flip This House.
Oh, sorry.
Was that Bravo or TLC?
TLC.
I think it was TLC. Armando Montalongo, the guy in San Antonio that used to flip houses. I used to watch and study that dude like crazy. That's what I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna be a house flipper. And
have you ever been to one of his seminars?
No, I never went.
I'm curious about them.
I mean, I'm sure you would get some information, but you also have to be there's a certain type of person that can really excel. Anyone can do it, and to do it, but there's a certain, like, at the level that he's doing it, like there's just you are to be good in sales. You have to be really good at talking yourself out of some shit morally. Like they really bend they really I feel like the best salesmen really kind of see the lines between right and wrong very squiggly. It's very blurry and it's light, and you can kind of like nudge it a little out of the way, like if you just say it the right way, kind of situation.
I get it.
So I went through a phase where I was into that.
And
then I got into Food Network a lot. And that was around the era of Rachel Ray was still on there. She was still putting out a lot of content. Bobby Flay was just barely coming in to his own, like that, what I consider the golden era. The same era that Guy Fieri came out of. Same era that Duff came out of. At the very tail end of that, like when they were really just going from the like, oh, this is just a cooking show and Barefoot Contessa and all that, like that.
Right.
Like I do love some of that stuff too, but when they moved to like that cooking entertainment, I don't like it now. Now that it's all game showy.
See, and I do.
Yeah, I hate the game show Food Network.
I do to an extent because I don't.
Yeah, teach me how to cook.
Right, I was gonna say because I don't know how to make whatever it is that they're making because they don't tell you. So that sucks. Yeah. But it is fun to see because I'm very competitive. So to see the competition, I like that.
Yeah. And I loved Alton because not only did he teach you how to cook it, he taught you like why you use this and what it actually does to the food and what it break. You know, you can picture it and it makes sense. It makes the ingredients make a lot more sense.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's been cool to learn about cooking and what works and what doesn't. I don't know. I don't want to even dare say that I am getting comfortable because I don't think that I'm getting comfortable.
But we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. We're here till April 30th. April 30th.
Oh, my school goes back May 4th.
Oh yeah, May 4th. Yeah, that's right. They're going back on May the 4th. May the 4th. Big quotation marks. We're just gonna pencil that in. All right, let me do me a favor. Don't nobody fall in love with that April 30th, May 4th deadline.
Make contingency plans for longer.
I mean, write that with a very light pencil. All right, you'll be a lot less disappointed. Like, don't start okay. Hope for May 4th, but mentally prepare yourself for July 4th. Like that's what I'm doing.
One good Independence Day.
Like, because I'm a little step for you. I'm mentally prepared for June, or I'm hoping for June. I'm mentally prepared for July.
That'd be a bomb ass Independence Day,
wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be poetic, right? And then like Trump, like in a full like flight suit, like with an American flag, with a rubble behind him, giving some massive speech. Today, Americans have a new definition for freedom. The freedom to be able to leave your fucking house. What's going on, Louie? You need something? Make it quick. Yes. Okay, we're still recording though, so make it quick. What do you need?
I need you to fix the Wi-Fi.
You need me to fix the Wi-Fi? Okay, I will be done in about 10 minutes and I'll fix it, okay?
On the Fire Stick.
On the Fire Stick. We'll get it done. Okay. Thank you very much.
Nice chatting.
See, this is why we don't do the live studio thing.
Yeah.
Questions from the peanut gallery all the time. We've actually gone along already, so it's good. But we have a lot of Netflix and chatting to talk about. Let's pick one on those and we'll move.
Okay.
But which on our options there?
Let's do Uncorked.
Okay. So Uncorked was a Netflix original?
Yes.
We think either Netflix original or it's an indie movie that's on Netflix.
Yes, but I think it was a Netflix original.
Okay. Well, then you go first because if it's a Netflix original, then I'm going to judge it a little harder. Go ahead. Uncorked was a movie about this guy from Memphis, Tennessee, whose family owned a barbecue restaurant. And he didn't want to go into the family business. He wanted to be a sommelier, which is like a wine expert, someone that can tell you the best wines from the best.
Right.
But they're supposed to be able to identify so many wines from so many different regions.
Right. And like all the different characteristics of the wines.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't know what a sommelier is, that's a sommelier is. That's the storyline.
Right.
Right. You can imagine, there's some typical fare in there about just, my life, the whole father-son conflict, my life, you don't want my life's not good enough for you. This is what brought you up. Like, I just want something of my own. Like, it's okay. Yeah. We have playing football in West Canaan might be your life, but I don't want your life.
Which football movie was that?
That was Varsity Blues.
I assumed it was.
But it wasn't. It was all of them too. Though.
Okay.
It was also Friday Night Lights. It was also Friday Night Lights when he fucking duct tapes the fucking footballs to fucking kids' hands.
I don't think I saw that.
You never saw Friday Night
I
Lights?
don't think so.
Oh, I am a not as much as I used to, but the whole inspirational sports movie. Oh, that's my shit.
Yeah.
I've never been into sports, but
I mean, Rudy. I
love
get it.
Rudy, Moneyball, even the funny one, Replacements, Necessary Roughness, any kind of underdog story I'm a fan of.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Anyway, but Uncorked.
So Uncorked. So tell me about it. What do you think?
So I was thrown off by the main character.
Uh-huh.
Like I wasn't sure like how he was playing.
Was it Dante or something?
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, you see, very forgettable for the protagonist.
Yes,
he was missing he didn't have an it factor at all.
Not at all.
It was just he played it very like bland,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was a choice. Like I don't think he is a bland person. I think
Mm-hmm.
he was acting it that way, but it was never clear like why like the guy. So it's this black guy from Memphis, right? And I kind of respected the fact that they didn't go like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with it.
Okay.
You know, because I was like, oh, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I know this movie. And he would be like, he's from the streets of Memphis, but he also wants to be a sommelier. He's doing it his own way. He's shaking things up, and there's like a scene where he teaches like the stuffy ass white guy like how to dance or something.
Yeah.
You know, or like he fucking comes up with a rap to remember some fucking wine.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So I'm glad they didn't go with that. Like he wasn't like he was a black guy, but he wasn't like urban or hip. He wasn't very hip hoppy or anything like that. Like he was just a guy,
just a normal guy,
normal guy. So I think maybe he. I think now that I'm looking back at it, I think it was a choice that he made to not. He didn't want to sound too, I guess, hip or with it. Like he almost went the complete opposite with it. Like no, this guy totally fits in. And this like they avoided us. There was no scene where he was like clashing of races. There was no like blatant racism. There was no like you know, they even hinted at it where there was a guy. He ends up going to this like wine school, right, to learn how to do what he wants to do. Yeah, against his father's wishes, of course, as the story goes. You know, and there's this like stuffy guy. They call him Harvard. Yeah, because he went to Harvard. I like that they put like, why do they call you Harvard? Because I went to Harvard. Oh, okay, cool. Where you thought like, oh, they're gonna be butting heads the whole time, then eventually he's gonna like outscore the guy or something like that. I saw what the writer did. I like what he does, where he's like, oh, like this is where the story would normally go. I'm gonna curve it. But it almost became curves for the sake of curves. Like, but the whole premise was cliche. So why not, why avoid so many other cliches? Like he avoided the cliche of the, like he's an outsider and he's urban and he's trying to fit into this high society. Well, obviously someone's going to be racist against him, or somebody's going to talk down to him. Yeah, there's going to be some big conflict. Or some conflict where someone thinks, like the only conflict was between him and the dad. And that's the most like cliche fucking storyline there is. Like, oh, father and son butt heads because they don't see it eye to eye, or because he doesn't want to take over the family business. Okay, we've seen this story like already. So
I don't know, babe. I think for me, this movie was so forgetful. Like I forgot all about that until you start talking about it right now.
Yeah, a lot of poor character development. The parents are probably the scene that the parents had together, the mom and dad had together, were probably the best. They're probably definitely the most seasoned actors on the set. Was the mom, that wasn't Niecy Nash?
Yes, it was.
It was? Okay, wow. Okay. That's right. Oh, I remember when I saw her name on the credits, I got excited because I was like, oh, if she's in it, like I know it'll be
It's gonna
good.
be good. Mhm.
I wish they would have given her. She was definitely the most talented
Oh yeah.
actress in there, and the funniest, and also just for acting, she was the strongest actor in there. The dad was I didn't recognize him from anything, but you could tell he's probably been in the business for a while. He did a really good job opposite Nisi.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only two really likable characters. Like you didn't feel any attachment even to the main
anybody.
character.
Mm-mm.
You didn't feel attachment to the love interest, which was a weak story
Mm-hmm.
to begin with. Like there was, I don't know. If it's a Netflix original, I'm going to score it a 3 because Netflix has money for way better writing than that. If it's just something that got produced and made and sold and got distribution on Netflix, I'll give it a 3.5.
Wow, then I'm being real hard.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, it's going to have to be atrocious for me to give anything a 2 because I'm on that side of like I'm trying to write stuff and submit stuff for platforms like this, and I know sometimes when you're talking about small budget stuff, so it's never going to have the polish and the sheen that big budget productions have, and so I try not to judge it on that. Like, okay, I get it. Well, they probably couldn't do that because they probably didn't, they couldn't tell this part of the story because they didn't have the budget to tell that part of the story. Like I grade smaller budget films on a curve. Very much like how when we went to that film, the Underground Film Festival, right? It's like that. Like these aren't high budget. They made them on less than shoestring budgets. So you're supposed to kind of grade them on that curve or understand like, oh wow, you did this you shot this all with iPhone 7s. Like wow, like that's amazing. That's amazing. Like you got to kind of know that part of the story. So. Like I said, if it was a Netflix original, 3. If it was a fully independent, I don't know what it was.
Regardless, I was going to give it 2.5.
Listen.
Hey, I was giving my rating.
Sorry, go ahead.
Regardless, I was going to give it a 2.5, whether it's a Netflix original or not. I don't know. I like I said, I don't think there was any character development. And I feel like it was that unforgettable for me. Like I didn't even remember the whole storyline until you started to remind me of it. So I'm going 2.5. So do your math in your head of what our average is.
Well, first of all, let's see. Doesn't tell me. Okay, I was hoping it would tell me here. But anyway, I'll go ahead and give it a 3.5. So okay. 2.5, 3.5 it's a 3. So not if you got something, if you just want something different to watch, different. It's kind of an easy story to follow. It doesn't have a whole lot of moving parts. You're not going to say wow at the end of it, but you're not going to be mad that you spent the hour and a half or hour 45 that it runs. So that's Uncorked for y'all. We gave y'all a little extra time this week. Hopefully that made up for being a little bit late, guys. Basically, we're just checking in with y'all here. Feel free to drop us a line. You can email us at originalgordito@gmail.com. You can get at me on social media at Javi Luna Comedy. You can message me on Facebook. You can definitely always review us on iTunes. That helps us get seen more. Make sure you subscribe and tell a friend. And we'll see y'all next week. One love.
Bye.